all you. All right. We'd like to welcome Austin Smotherman to the Media Center here at the Barracuda Championship. Austin, you're making your tournament debut here. Loomis, California native. It's kind of as close as it gets to hometown event.
Yep.
What's it like to be here for the week?
It's pretty special. I mean, driving roads that, I've been coming up here since I was probably 5, 6 years old with my family, going to Heavenly to go ski in the winter and coming up to, Zephyr Cove to go there for like 4th of July stuff when I was in high school. So good memories, and then got married just down the street at Squaw Valley, December of 2016. So, drove past there on the way up, and we don't know if we've been back only a handful of times since. So it's been nice to be here.
That's going to be kind of my next question is the connections with the area. Did you come here to Lake Tahoe or surrounding area for vacations? Any specific memories with those?
Just family stuff. So many good times. Hopping on bikes and just going around the lake. Been on the water a few times, skiing with the family. The water never seems to warm up, so might make it down there and jump in this week. But yeah, just a lot of family memories, and then obviously, getting married in this part of the world, one of the most beautiful parts I can imagine.
Elevation here, is that something you're comfortable with playing?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed playing at elevation. I've played well in Colorado on the Corn Ferry Tour, and then here, the extra variable is kind of how hot we're going to have it this week. Sun's out, and that heat combined with the elevation is going to be kind of adding another element that we got to kind of figure out. And as compared to the morning rounds with the cool weather, there's going to be definitely a difference in how far the ball's going.
Tournament debut here, but have you played here before? Or even if not, you've been able to get some holes in between yesterday or today?
Played here in high school. Don't remember the holes off the top of my mind, but I'm sure once I'm out there, some will come back to me. Fortunate my caddy was here last year, so he's got a practice plan for us, and we'll go execute that today and tomorrow, and then be ready to go Thursday. But to be out here playing, first time here in the tournament setting is going to be a little bit different than just going around with my buddies in high school, that's for sure.
Going back to high school, what was it, a tournament? How well did you do? What was the specific event here? It
was just a little, my buddy Tanner Huber, his family had a cabin here on the course, and so he was coming up, knew I loved golf, and was like, hey man, you want to bring your clubs and you can teach me a thing or two? So it was kind of a mini playing lesson, and just having fun out here. Zero competitiveness besides just wanting to beat my friend, and then just enjoying the Tahoe air.
Wife here with you right now. What other family and friends and support do you expect to have following this week?
Lots that I know of, and probably more that will surprise me on the ropes at some point Thursday or Friday, and then over the weekend. But for sure, my mom and dad, my sister, her husband, and then my new niece will be. I just met her yesterday for the first time. She's only a month old, and I think they're going to bring her up here, so that'll be fun. She's used to watching me on TV during all the ESPN live stuff, and now to have her out here watching kind of in person is pretty cool. But I got 2 high school buddies that are going to come up Thursday night and stay with me at the house we're in this week, and yeah, kind of the first time able to do that on the road. It'll be fun.
Is that kind of a sense of pressure to perform well, or just kind of making it more comfortable in like a home event?
More comfortable. Obviously want to play well every week. Having them here, I think I'll be more relaxed, and they're not putting any extra pressure on me. If anything, I'm putting more pressure on myself, and you know what? That's okay. That's what I live for, and getting those juices flowing on Sunday is what we're here to do.
For your family and friends and those that don't know you, how would you explain your style of game for those who looking to follow Austin Smotherman? What's your style? Yeah,
I tend to make a lot of birdies. Been working on eliminating those bogeys, but I'm really solid tee to green, so I get so many looks throughout the week that it's pretty exciting. I'd say I'm not an uber aggressive player, but in certain situations, days that I feel like I have really good ball control, I'm able to maybe pull off a few more shots that some people aren't really expecting. So you never know what you're going to get.
And a different style here, the Stableford format. Are you looking to be maybe more aggressive or able to capitalize, that you said, make a lot of birdies?
Yeah, and that's one thing taken from last week, where it was definitely a shootout at the Barbasol with how many birdies were being made. I was T6 in birdies last week, just made too many bogeys. And in this format, that's the combo you'd rather have coming into here when it's Stableford and a point system. So Yeah, I mean, couple eagles in the mix here or there. I know there's some drivable par fours out here, and then obviously with the ball going far, I mean, par fives are going to be gettable. So yeah, it's just going to be figuring out how far it's going and then making some putts like usual.
First tee Sacramento kid, and kind of reflect back to where you were, where you are now, and the impact it's had on becoming a professional athlete.
Yeah, pretty incredible. I mean, I'm fortunate to have grown up in the first tee of Greater Sacramento since I was 7-8 years old until I went off to college. And one of the stronger competitive programs and chapters in the country. I know we have 2 of us on tour right now, me and Cameron Champ, that came from the first tee of Sacramento. On top of that, I mean, numerous other players that went off and played college golf. But I mean, the most important thing is just the impact that I've seen week in and week out now, growing up in the chapter in Sacramento, and then every week out here we have, a first tee autograph signing, we have some first tee clinic going on, and to see how much it's, welcomed by the whole country, and every week, whatever city we're in, it's only making positive change. And, I'm fortunate to have reaped the benefits of the first tee program, and, I'm gracious to be able to give back.
What's the significance? What does it mean to be named an ambassador? And now that you're able to, did surprise at ATP Byron Nelson and be on the other side of helping?
Yeah. I feel like I can bring a unique perspective to the first tee and kind of, maybe be a little bit of an inspiration, to just what your golf aspirations can, you can aspire to be, whether it's on the PGA Tour out here, but also kind of what I, envision me and my wife doing, off the golf course, just continue to play well and, just lend a hand where I can. I mean, it's pretty cool to see what these kids are doing. I met some kids at the John Deere that were there on a retreat, that were incredible. I mean, one from Seattle that's, got like 45 nonprofits joining together. His name was Austin as well. So, just so many inspirational stories from the first tee, that's for sure.
Do you have any stories that stick out from when you were a first tee kid?
Yeah, definitely. Hot summers in Sacramento. Playing rounds and doing our life skills teaching before every tournament. Once when you're 9, 10, 11, 12, you kind of are being the ones taught the lessons. And then once you kind of, become a high schooler, you're in there before each tournament, teaching whether it's a lesson about leadership or a lesson about respect and figuring out a way how to relate that to golf and then life. And so that was, our main focus before we went and played, which was kind of a nice way to get you in a good headspace, and on top of that, the friendships that I've had from playing in the first tee open at Pebble Beach, still in touch with those, we were just kids at the time, and here we are, in our late 20s playing golf or, working for Fortune 500 companies or, still teaching at a local level. So it's pretty cool to just see everybody's journey.
Hey, also great to see you here this week. It's almost been a year since you've secured that PGA Tour card. I would love to just hear your reflection on your rookie season on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, this season has been, a little bit of an up and down ride. I've had some high finishes, I had some consistent, made 5-6 cuts in a row. Just kind of tend to have, at least on golf course, a couple swings or decisions that have kind of caused me to kind of just stay in the middle of the pack. But I know if keep putting myself there, and eventually, we'll learn from our mistakes, and hopefully bring those 25th place finishes into top 10s and whatnot. But I'm happy with where we are right now. Happy the season's not over yet because we still got some work to do, and make a push for the playoffs.
Being a rookie on the PGA Tour, was there anything that caught you off guard that you weren't expecting, and that you've gotten to learn from this first year?
I don't know. I feel like I had a pretty good insight just from my connections with like Harry and Kelly Craft, who are on tour, former, SMU Mustangs as well. But, I was definitely expecting, I don't know. It's not that much different. These guys are all good. It's just, it's just little things scoring. My biggest thing is just making sure I don't compare my game to other guys that are out there and their processes that work for them. and just, figuring out what's most efficient for me time-wise. I feel like that's been one of my biggest struggles, is just maybe over-preparing. My best week of the year was at Torrey Pines, and that week I played only 9 holes before the tournament even started. And it was one that just I knew I needed to rest and listen to my body, and I finished 11th that week. And so, figuring out how to get into that kind of belief system and knowing that that's possibly one way that might work for me to play some better golf, is just to kind of be efficient with my time and, short and sweet, be ready to go Thursday.
Awesome, thank you. Perfect. That's all we have, so we'll wrap it up. Thanks, Austin.
Thank you. Thank you very much.